We already know some of the differences between Web 2 and Web 3 in terms of technical architecture and design. But now I want to point out more on these differences and to talk about it a bit more because I believe it is very important to understand. So traditional web services have server and client parts. When a user opens the page in his browser, the server responds with some static web page content, like HTML, some assets like images or fonts, and JavaScript code. When a user interacts with the UI components of the web page, for example, buttons or forms, the JavaScript code creates new requests to the server to get more data, to display or to write some data on the server's database. After processing this request, the server returns a response, usually in JSON-like data format. So a browser uses this data to change the client application state and view. Web 3 works in a bit different way. Of course, the Web 3 apps also requires the HTML plus JavaScript code to run in the browser. So to do that, a server with the client application code is still needed. When a user interacts with the client application, a read request is created. This request is processed by the node, by the blockchain network, by the application from the distributed ledger. So the main difference here is that this data can be read by anyone, and usually there are many endpoints we can work with. So it's public for popular open distributed ledgers also. So the most important point is how to write a piece of new information into the blockchain network. Here we have a transaction term and digital signature. All updates to the blockchain network must be implemented by submitting a transaction, hence requiring a digital signature from the transaction initiator. As you can see, the only reason to have a server is hosting the JavaScript plus HTML code by the browser application. This means that we are able to use one dApp account as a backend for many different websites. Usually, when we write a client-side code, we also interact with a couple of nodes, even if we work with different dApps. So, Web 3 is the future of the internet, while blockchain is one of the most important technologies for the new web, for storing data in a safe, immutable, and transparent way. This gives any developer the opportunity to build on trustless infrastructure. We wish you good luck with your amazing dApps. Enjoy Web3.